Shai's asked me to talk to you about avoiding big mistakes. Well, when you've reached an age like mine, you've made lots and lots of mistakes. So this was an easy presentation for me to put together, and I've just picked 5 examples. One was Acorn, which, although it was one of the most successful companies in the history of the British economy at the time, and the only company at that time to go from 0 to 100 million pounds, not in valuation, but actually in revenue. You know, people forget that revenues are actually quite important in these heady days of high capitalizations. But we made lots of very simple mistakes that with hindsight would have been very avoidable. And I'll tell you about 2 of them. One had to do with inventory and the other with strategy. The second one was ATML, which later became Virata. And I suppose the biggest mistake there was one of an early strategic error from which we did recover and become a $5 billion company. And then a US merger, which wasn't as successful as we hoped. I talk a little bit about Harlequin, a very interesting software company which thought that debt was the right way of financing a company instead of equity, and had to suffer because of it. ART, a company that stood for Advanced Rendering Technology. This was a breakthrough in hardware rendering, and there we misjudged the market size. And the only company that I have been involved in where actually the technology didn't work is a company called Polite, and I'll tell you a little bit about that. And I'll finish up with a short category of common mistakes that people make, and then draw some conclusions.